Hey guys, welcome to Millennial Money. My name is Preston, and today we're going to be talking about 5 simple ways that you can win a negotiation. And this is going to be specifically targeted towards cars, or any vehicle for that matter, but these simple steps can be applied to any negotiation, and I'd be happy to make a further video to apply to some different scenarios that you might come across. So, before I get into it, the main reason why I wanted to create this was because I actually had helped one of my close friends and coworkers recently negotiate a car deal, and it was very apparent that had he not sought my help, he was going to get taken advantage of. And everything I've learned came from my parents and some older people that are more financially knowledgeable, and I was able to learn from them and kind of put my own twist on things. So hopefully for the millennials out there that weren't fortunate enough to have kind of a mentor with a lot of these, kind of big deals, purchasing a car, we want to make sure we're getting a good deal and we're not being taken advantage of. So let's get into it. The first thing that you want to do when you're shopping for a car, and let's say you're at the dealership and you see the one on the lot that you like, you don't want to come off as desperate. So what does that mean? So desperate means, like, if you're pulling up to the dealer in an Uber, they know you need a car. If your lease is about to expire, if your car is broken down, any situation, okay, that makes it apparent that you need a vehicle as soon as possible, that's giving the dealer and the salesman ammunition against you, and they're going to push where it hurts. And what I mean by that is they're going to pressure you into feeling like you need something, which would be the car, that you need the car, and you might not get the best deal because of that, because they have the upper advantage there. So always try to go car shopping early. Make sure that you have that mentality that I don't need a car. Yes, it would be nice to get a new one, but I'm in no rush. And make that apparent, because that's one of the first questions a salesman or a good salesman will ask, because they'll try to set that time horizon so they know, is this guy needing it soon, or is he or she got time. So just simply say, I'm shopping around looking for the best deal. I'm in no rush, just want to see what's out there. If the price is right, we'll see what happens. So if you say things like that, that lets the salesman know, okay, this guy, he's in no need to buy a car today. 1. 2, he's in no need to pay over what he wants, so we're not going to try to screw him over. That's just something you can set the tone with, just a real simple phrase, to kind of let you get that edge over the salesman. So the second thing is, don't fall in love. So you got to have a poker face, and a lot of people kind of innately do this, but you got to really try not to be in awe, whether that's in the test drive or just looking at it like, oh man, I love that color. Like, one trick that I do is, let's say I really want a blue one, and that's showing me, you're like, well, I was really looking for red, but the blue is nice. I'd be willing to take this one if you can get me a good deal on it. So always remember that you have all the power in the negotiation, and the dealer needs to make money off of you. So remember that. But if you say, oh my God, like, it's a blue car, I love it, it's got the sport package, it's got the red seats, everything I want, the dealer's like, all right, well, this person's in love, so I can tell them a number, and they're probably gonna just be so in love with it that they'll take it no matter what, even though that might not be the best deal out there. Remember, a pretty good saying out there is, a fair negotiation is when both parties lose. Well, for this purpose, we don't want that. We want to win. We want to win the negotiation. We want the dealer to say, hey, we're losing money on this one. Like, this guy put up a great fight, and we're willing just to let him get a great deal so we can get him out of there. Keep in mind, this might take a couple hours, even a matter of days sometimes. So Just something to keep in the back of your head. And I do have a actual full course on negotiations where I go into more depth into some of these things, as well as some additional kind of tips and tricks. That link is in the description if you feel that you want to explore that. The third step, or kind of way we'd win a negotiation here, is to don't tell them what you're willing to pay. So this is very, very important because the dealer can misconstrue numbers to make you think that you're getting what you want, when in reality it might not be the best deal that you can get. So what do I mean by this? When they say, what kind of monthly payment do you want? Instead of saying, I want $299 a month with 0 down or whatever, just say, I want the best deal possible at the best price. And if they say, well, what's the best price? And I would respond, I'll determine that when you present me a number that I think is fair. You never want to give them a number, especially first. You always want them to come to the table first, and then you're going to obviously reject that. So we get into more of those kind of nuances and actual specifics in the course, but for the purpose of this video, I just want to make the point that you do not want to tell them what you're willing to pay. And obviously, there comes a point when you guys are both at your number, their number, and you got to get somewhere. So you do have to tell them what you're willing to pay at the end of the day, but don't do it first. So the fourth is go to at least 2 different places. Now, this kind of ties into your research aspect, but the key to this is it shows the dealer 2 things. A, this guy is willing to shop around, so I better give him a good price so he goes with me as opposed to another dealer. And 2, that this guy is obviously not attached enough to where he's just going to sign up with us. He's not going to, purchase a vehicle. He's willing to go explore other options. So that means they're going to have to do the best because they don't want you to walk away, which ties into my 5th point here, which is don't be afraid to walk away. And this is the biggest thing. And you'll be surprised, a lot of people don't have the courage to really do this, but I've had a negotiation where we were $15 apart on a lease, and I said, hey, I'm sorry we couldn't make a deal. I hate to have you guys lose a sale over $15 a month, but it's not going to work for me. And I stood up, and they're like, oh, whoa, we can work on that. We'll throw in the tint if you break it down, blah blah blah, and then you got them right there. So and then it's easy from that point. So always have control. That's the biggest thing. Present yourself like you have control. Don't be, looking up to them. They don't have any of the power. Take that power. Remember, at the end of the day, it's your money. They're just providing you with a product. But you're the one with the money. You're going to pay their commission and help their sales volume. So remember all those steps, and I'm going to go over them one last time. So number 1, don't be desperate. Number 2, don't fall in love. Get that poker face. You can fall in love, but just don't show them. Number 3, don't tell what you're willing to pay, especially first. Use phrases like, I want the best deal. I'll determine that when you present what I think is a fair number. The 4th, go to at least 2 different dealers to shop around. This can kind of put them in a bidding war almost, if you will, and also helps you see that there's maybe other options out there that you didn't know about. And the 5th, we just talked about, don't be afraid to walk away. Remember, that's the ultimate power you have as a buyer, and that's not a bad thing to do at the end of the negotiation. Hey, I'm willing to walk away, because they do not want a potential sale to walk out that door. They want to try to sell you when you're there, right there, and complete the sale. So hopefully this helps you guys out, and hopefully you win some negotiations. Like I said, I do have a more detailed, specific course, as well as consulting one-on-one, where I work with clients to actually go through the whole vehicle location, negotiation, purchase, whether it's purchase or lease, and I work with them for a small fee, and we ends up saving you thousands of dollars. So it's well worth it if you want to take a look. Both of those are in the description on our website. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll read all of them. If you thought this video was useful, throw it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down and tell us what you'd like us to improve for the next one. So this is Millennial Money. Hope you guys learned something today. Take care.